Good morning and welcome to your favorite Saturday morning TV show, Breakfast Daily Weekend, right here on Channel 1 TV. My name is Jude Duncan. On the show, we come away with exciting conversations for your Saturday morning relaxation. We bring you the big headlines as well. We delve into our communities. We tell you all the exciting events happening around in communities and locations near you. We'll be doing exactly that on the show. Of course, we tell you how to improve your space, whether your office, your homes, your balcony, your study. We do all of that and more on the show. And of course, we end it up with an exciting sports conversation, relooking or reviewing the big sports stories. My name is Jude Duncan. You can find me on social media with the handle at Mensa Duncan. Of course, I don't do the show alone. Very shortly, you would get to know. I'm sure a lot of you already know who I do the show with, the one and only Enosafo, who will be joining me pretty shortly. But guys, let me just remind you of all that is happening. Of course, we are still in the Easter period and want to use this opportunity to say a happy Easter to all of our loved ones out there, our viewers. We are grateful for how far we've come, and we want to use this period as a time for sacrifice, as a time for love, and as a time of giving back to society. I had a really exciting exposition on Easter. I probably want to just share briefly with you. So, as Christians, we believe that it's a time for sacrifice. It's a time to give back. And as the famous scripture in John chapter 3, verse 16 tells us, for God so loved the world, and as a result of that love, he gave, right? He gave his son as a sacrifice, as an atonement for our sins. And in this period, we reflect, we think about the goodness of God in giving us a son, and we also try to show this love, right, to others, to the less fortunate, even as we remember all that was done for us on the cross at Calvary. So we here at Channel 1 TV, as part of giving back to society, we have what we call the Easter Orphan Project. What is this project about? It's basically an initiative to give back to society, to help support orphanages, some selected orphanages in the country, particularly to feed, to maintain, and to support them. Why are we feeding them? Because we believe that we need to give back. Why do we have to maintain these orphanages? Because we believe also very strongly that it is a core part of society, and they've taken on a responsibility that very few people can. And for that matter, we need to resource them to keep them going. The truth of the matter is that if you were to go there individually, if I were to go there individually, the kind of resources we would have been able to come up with individually may not be enough for the workload required of them. But if we join forces, if you bring it, I bring it, everybody else is helping to donate, it becomes a big force. And the good thing is that this year, we are not only going to one place, we are going to some other places, including rehab centers, to help spread this love. So we are feeding, we are maintaining, and we are supporting them. Your support can go a long way. And we really hope that you are minded to show this love in this period of love and sacrifice and of gratitude. So we are doing this, and anything that you have, whether milk, sugar, rice, toys, books, clothes, and again, we want to emphasize, don't bring old torn clothes that I don't want. The point is that you want to make it a worthwhile experience, right? So bring us new clothes, if you can, and let's all join together and make this a memorable experience for those who are less fortunate in society. So the Easter Orphan Project is brought to you by City FM and Channel 1 TV, and we'll be going on Monday to show love to all of these amazing people. A week ago, we had an exciting food festival. See, it transcended food. It became music. It became arts. It became networking. And that is all what we seek to do here at Channel 1 TV. I want to say a big thank you to all who made our Back to Your Village Food Festival a huge success. All of the sponsors, from EcoBank to Munchi to Ever Park to Jibu to the National Petroleum Authority, we appreciate the love to GB Foods, right? We appreciate the love, the show of support, And for you and to you, our lovely viewer out there, your decision to be a part of it, not only a passive part of it, but an active participant, as our former president would love to say it, be a part of it and not necessarily observers, right? We are saying thank you so much for the show of support, for for responding to the call. And we want to say that I'll be back again, of course. It's come to stay because we want to keep projecting Ghana food. We want to keep projecting, you know, the things, the really unique things that keep us proudly Ghanaian. One of it is food. So we'll not be stopping anytime soon. So thank you so much for being part of the heritage. Thank you so much for being a part of the Back to Your Village Food Festival. So yes, I missed Twillium and I missed pretty much Engino, right? So EcoBank, MPA, Munche, Everpark, Didi Sheto. No, Charlie, you do form too much. All right, so that's it with the quick reminders and thank yous. You know, we are big on the thank you. We also want to remind you again that the Wonder Space show is back on Channel 1 TV. What is it about? It's a fun-packed, you know, conversation with Natalie, who is our presenter for the show, and you know all they do about is talk about all they do on the show is to talk about exciting children conversation, right? So please, you know what to do. It's really insightful, right, for kids, and it's very educative. You get to learn something new. The truth about it is that even if you are grown as an adult, all of those exciting conversations, it takes your mind back to your childhood and also gives you different perspectives and also insight into how things are made. So whether it's weaving kente or making ice cream or stories around, there are so many things that go on the show. And I'm sure it would excite you, right? But it's, of course, it's for kids, so you know what to do. All right, so that's it with the reminders and the thank yous. The Wonder Space show airs at 12 every Saturday. So right after the Big Issue show, Wonder Space. All right, cool. It's been an interesting news week, right? Because a lot is still happening in the news. Yesterday, the president was at a Good Friday service. He prayed for world peace. Now, for those who are following the Iran attack by US and Israel, the war is taking different turns. Yesterday it was announced quite a number of generals had been asked to resign by the Trump administration. And as a direct result of the war, fuel prices are increasing. A lot is really happening on the international front. If you come here locally as well, the effect of the war is being felt as fuel prices are on a sharp increase. In fact, pure water sellers say, Charlie, 10 cedis, no, ye jai, ye biom, is now 15 Ghana cedis per bag. We are being told a sachet is probably going for about 60 pesos, right? And they also link it directly to, you know, the effects of the war and all of that. So many other things happening in Parliament. The Public Accounts Committee have been sitting on the special report by the Finance Ministry. Interesting revelations coming out as to how, you know, public funds, to an extent, you know, had been recklessly spent. And if you go to sports, lots of frustrations really, as on earlier this week, the Ghana Football Association announced the sacking of the Black Stars coach Otto Addo over a series of poor performances, particularly in that Austria and Germany game. Now, we are being told that the search for a new coach is on. 600 applicants have been made. A lot of people don't believe that anyway. And, of course, the search for a new coach is on. Concerns have also arisen as to the competence of the football administration and their willingness to address the problems Ghana football faces. We'll be looking at all of that on the show. But, of course, it's always a real privilege and pleasure having to watch a very pretty face every time I do the show. Yeah, Eno Safwa.
Hi, Jude. Today that I don't understand how you don't know that I'm called Safwa, because that's what Fentio calls me all the time.
No, every time I hear someone call you Safwa, I think they forgot your name, you know, and I keep correcting them. No, it's Safwa, you know. No, and I needed a correction.
Yeah, you needed a correction.
You're looking very nice today.
Thank you very much. How are you?
I like the red lipstick.
Yeah.
Is this lipstick or is gloss?
No, it's lipstick, yes.
It's nice.
Yes. How are you doing?
How's
your Easter? Yesterday, did you go to church?
I didn't go to church.
Yesterday, you didn't go to church, but you go on Sunday.
Yeah, I'll go this evening and on Sunday.
What were you doing?
Yesterday, I was at the mosque. Can you imagine?
Oh, yeah, I saw your snap.
Yeah, I was at the mosque yesterday for a brother's wedding.
Oh, okay.
And maybe I should just use this opportunity to say a big congratulations to Shabrul Khalid. Oh, Charlie Esquire. Council Shabrul Khalid, the one and only. He's a young Democrat.
Yeah, okay.
And he's a lawyer, a very competent lawyer.
Yeah,
only that he's bald.
What has his baldness got to do with anything?
But the bald lawyers, they do very well. Actually, can't think about it.
I wouldn't know, please.
Oh, every bald lawyer I know is sharp.
Okay.
From Akoto Ampao. May so rest in perfect. No, every Toneleta is bald. Eduji Tamaklo is bald. Nanado, he didn't have hair. And now Shabrul Khalid, Esquire, wish you a happy marriage. May Allah bless the union and may it multiply and may it be very fruitful, Shabrul Khalid. Yeah, so yesterday I was at the Ahmadiyya Mission Mosque in Osu.
Okay.
It was fun. It was really, really fun. It was really,
I've never been to a Muslim wedding at a mosque before. Normally they do it at home. To be fair, it was my first time also at a mosque for a Muslim wedding. Okay. But witnessed quite a number of Muslim weddings, very recently. Okay, one involved a Muslim and a Christian. So they had like the Friday Islamic prayers. Then on Saturday, they went to the mosque.
They did the church wedding, a Catholic wedding. It was quite interesting to see. You know who I'm talking about. So I've seen a few of them, but yesterday was really, really nice. So that's how I spent my Good Friday. Okay. Of course, when I got home, I followed online.
The different various services that
were. My
our very own in the studio.
Yeah. And the morning, I actually followed the Easter special on Channel 1 TV.
Oh, and then you went to church.
Yeah. Oh no, in spirit.
It's virtually. You went to church. It's now a thing. You can go to church virtually. You don't have to be there present.
I'm a big fan of it.
You're.
I feel like if you.
So how did you survive COVID? Because you didn't have a choice.
Yeah, but COVID was like an outlier. With that one, everybody knew that there were physical barriers, right? But if there's a chance, I'd rather be in church.
In church.
Yeah. I'd rather even go to a nearby church I'm not familiar with, or to an extent familiar with some of their doctrines. I mean, I should ascertain.
Yeah, I was about to. I'm looking at you like, boy, what you talking about?
I go to the Pentecost church.
Yeah.
But I don't mind if I'm in a certain location and all I have is a Presbyterian and Methodist or Assemblies of God. I'll still go.
It's still good.
I'm not keen on, bent on, it must be Pentecost or nothing. But even if it's a charismatic church, and your pastor.
Very different for me. I'm Catholic, but going to other churches is kind of weird for me. It's very difficult.
And I think it's true. It's more difficult for like Catholics and like the Orthodox, right?
Yeah.
It's very difficult for them to go out
the unorthodox
than from
churches,
there. But I learn something new every day.
Yeah, I do. I remember going to a friend's church. I'm like, she's like, oh, calm down. It's maximum 3 hours. I'm like, hey, what are you doing in church for 3 hours? She's like, you come. It was okay. I enjoyed myself. Huh?
What?
Why?
And if you go to some of these new city churches, and all of these youth church, I don't mention it, but I know a couple of them. Some of them go to church as early as 8 a.m. and are there till like 3 p.m.
Why?
Yes,
like, do you do breakout sessions? Like,
they'll probably go for like evangelism and come back to the church and do meetings and do another service. Yeah.
I can't.
I'm damn serious.
I can't.
There's a very popular church, you know them. In fact, my roommate was a member on campus. Yeah. Sometimes even 6 p.m.
Wow.
Nah. Yeah, offer.
Can't be me.
There is a calling.
This one is not a calling. This one is not a calling. This one is sacrifice.
It's a calling.
Why?
So you need to have the calling to be able to.
Even the pastors need rest. Even God rested. Even Jesus rests. So I mean, to go to church from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m.
What did Napo say about this sometime? Okay, no, he said God slept.
Yes.
You know, but God didn't sleep.
God didn't sleep.
Because the Bible says he never sleeps or slumbers. But he rested.
Yes, he rested.
But I said rest, no.
Rest could be sleep.
Yeah, so Napo wasn't entirely wrong like that.
Maybe you should have said Jesus.
Let's do what the Bible said.
He never sleeps nor slumbers.
He rested.
He rested.
So yes. Rest is important.
Very important. I can't be in church the whole day. Why? You don't have other things. You don't have family. You don't have rest to get to.
But it says the sheaves are still in the open. You know, you have to gather the sheaves.
Yeah, but that doesn't come at the expense of your own peace of mind, your rest. Imagine going to church and not feeling well, but you have to be there till 6 p.m.
Yeah, because it's a higher call.
Oh, please.
It's the Great Commission.
You miss me with that.
Oh, it's a major thing.
No. You can't be in church from 8 a.m. to 6
I think everybody, I feel like everybody has a call, right? There are those who are called to be teachers. Mm-hmm. There are those who are called to be pastors. Mm-hmm. There are those who are called to be missionaries and evangelists. And there are those who are called, like me and you, we add to the thing, you know, and there are even those who are called to be even like helpers. So they are in church, but they are security men. And I saw this at Agape Church. I was so impressed. One of their guys who was directing like the car park.
Yeah.
I was like a doctor or something.
Yeah.
Because I know him. You know, I'm like, wow. He's like, oh yeah, I do this at church. You know, so everybody and their calling.
Everybody has their calling.
Yeah, so if you are called to be an evangelist, it means you need to gather the sheaves.
You can gather them.
You know,
but you can also, then that means you don't know time management. You can't spend your whole day in church.
The other thing is that, sheaves, I know what I'm talking about. So the other thing is that if you, have you gone to Lagos Avenue around 11 p.m.?
What are you looking for there?
That's the point. Have you seen the level of debauchery? You know, the level of indulgence.
So they should go there at 11 p.m. and
so
preach?
The point is that the workload is high.
I'm not disputing that. I'm just saying that if you manage your time correctly, you don't have to spend, a long time in church on a Sunday. No,
they've devoted their life to it, so they don't have a problem. They are gathering.
Even the pastors and the priests rest. Bishop, rest. Pope, rest.
Oh, God.
Should we do our headlines? So we don't have
I think so.
I heard you ranting about a few things earlier on, but a few of the headlines on channel1newsonline.com says, GTA plans second paragliding site at Adaklu Mountain. 8 dead, 27 injured in Kintampo crash. Apanyamarkin, publican AI system at ports hurting businesses. Kwehu Business Forum, mentorship key to Ghana's business growth. That's according to Julius Debra. And APSA signals improved access to credit as lending conditions ease. While airstrip residents threaten legal action over flooding linked to filling station. If you come down to the trending stories, Artemis 2 leaves Earth's orbit on track for far side of the moon. You know the 4 astronauts?
One of them actually went to the University of Ghana.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Which
Not
one
like
was
as an undergrad. I think she did like further studies or a year abroad program.
Oh.
One of the ladies.
Okay.
So, and when they got to somewhere very high up the sky, I don't want to misquote it, but she took a picture of Ghana from very far, very, very far. She posted it on her social media and linked it to her stay at University of Ghana and said how she missed Ghana.
She should come back. We're waiting for her.
I'm sure she'd come back. And she see Ghana from the
I need to see you to share that tweet with
It was a really interesting photo.
Okay. 2 MPs push bill to cap age of parliamentary candidates at 65. Ghana, Jamaica Homecoming Festival launched to deepen diaspora ties and cultural exchange. Use film as tool for Operation Advocacy, ACCP urges Mahama. And Kabilame named ambassador for 2026 Youth Olympic Games in Dakar, which is prison wardens and sworn virgins. The 2026 International Booker Prize shortlist is here. And a decade of discovery, 6 years of purpose, hollered on the Heritage Caravan journey. I love the fact that you're still hearing about Heritage Caravan weeks after.
Is the biggest road festival in the country and beyond.
Yeah, arguably, yeah. Wager Pediatric Hospital must be operationalized immediately, according to Jerry Ahmed. Veteran banker Al Hassan Andani named chairman of EcoBank Ghana. These are some of the stories you'll find.
And let me take you to citynewsroom.com.
Right.
The big stories on citynewsroom.com. Of course, we have the Andani named EcoBank board chair over there. There are also stories of President Mahama's comment at the Good Friday service held yesterday. Moving on to some other stories, the citynewsroom.com is also reporting. Hang in there a minute. Yes, a Blackwell Council's Foreign Affairs Ministry surprise welcome. This is actually a very old one. Give me a minute.
You.
Okay, so thank you, Enosafo. Mahama, Access Research sets up panel to reshape global health order. Adentan MP orders emergency dredging after lakeside floods. And also here, school feeding contractors defy local sourcing directive. Apenyo Markin alleging the government launches shock responsive strategy to protect vulnerable populations. And the minority leader is in the news a lot. Boache Jako picks Joe Wise, Henry Cote to lead chairmanship campaign. And the IMF names Zain Zidane to lead Africa department. And Co-Easter Paragliding Festival takes off with strong security presence. And these are some of the big stories on citynewsroom.com.
Okay, I'm on graphiconline.com. Spectacular aerial displays thrill crowds at Kwehu Paragliding. Ghana targets manufacturing hub status in West Africa. See the list of 10 MOUs Ghana has signed with Zimbabwe, and Kwehu Easter Paragliding Festival opens at Odrianoma. Health Ministry begins nationwide recruitment of health personnel. Those are some of the stories you'll find here on graphiconline.com.
I think we can delve into some of the headlines.
Let me quickly read through Ghana Weekend and then we can delve into some of them. Ye goes off stage mid-performance over corny lights. Really? Really? Really?
Are you surprised or are you shocked?
I'm lost for words. Cause
please don't be.
Really? But then again, would you be surprised? It's him. Actress Haba Arthur hosts masterclass to empower emerging filmmakers. Jeffrey Norte, aging film industry needs new faces. Nanaba Nomoa was there for me when I became suicidal. That's Amma Berland. Ghana Jamaica Homecoming Festival launched to reconnect diaspora, empower youth. Megan Thee Stallion discharged after Moulin Rouge performance incident. And men are meant to work for women to enjoy. Oh, say that again. As according to Abeku Santana. Telecel Ghana Music Awards reinstate Best Group category. TV Raleigh inspires the youth with the New Street anthem, Higher. Feli Nuna, some industry people sexually harassed me. Wow. And Channel 1 TV's much anticipated The Blacksons was premiered yesterday.
Did you watch the episode, the first episode?
Yes, I did.
How did you see it?
It was funny. I liked the little surprises, the what do they call it? What's the word? I'm looking for a word.
The cast.
No, not the cast. But I mean, the cast were amazing as well. But I like how, you know, everybody knows, not everybody knows, that would be like the BTS, but the cohesion within the family was funny. It was interesting to watch.
Interesting. Yeah. So it's aired every Thursday.
At 7:30.
At 7:30 p.m. Is it a 30 minutes block?
Yes, sir.
Amazing. And let me just bring you some of the big sports headlines, right?
Yeah.
Chelsea bench Enzo Fernandez for 2 games over Real Madrid links. Kevin Danso, who plays for Austria, but of Ghanaian descent, says the Ghanaian, there's an article, the Ghanaian who helped Austria dismantle Black Stars in Vienna. Ghana selects 2 student athletes for training camp in Kenya ahead of Youth Olympics. And Farida Idris hails promise ahead to historic Commonwealth Games qualification. Fred Papo, who is a former vice president of the Ghana Football Association, says he's been urging right measures to unlock Black Stars' potential in the World Cup. Hoho United, they've withdrawn from the Ghana Premier League. They say we feel targeted, hence our decision to exit Ghana Premier League. Italy FA president quits after historic third straight World Cup failure. Neil Van der Poel yesterday was on Sports Panorama. He says we don't need European coaches, we need an African coach. And Whole Youth Resource Center once used for animal rearing, and that's for the whole Central MP speaking. Reverend Osei Kofi urges JFA go and beg Kwesi Appiah, and the search for the Black Stars new coach goes on and on and on. I know.
Okay, we can go into some of the stories. So I'm on channel1newsonline.com. The big story there, GTA plans second paragliding site. A bit of that story. The Ghana Tourism Authority has announced plans to establish a second paragliding site in the country as part of efforts to boost domestic tourism and enhance Ghana's global tourism appeal. The move comes as the annual Kwewu Easter Paragliding Festival gets underway at the Adriana Mountain, attracting adventure seekers and tourists from across the country and beyond. Chief Executive Officer of the authority, Marilyn Mamefua Huejeto, disclosed this in an interview with Channel 1 News on Friday, April 3, that feasibility studies are currently ongoing alongside consultations with aviation and other relevant agencies. She indicated that the authority is considering expanding the activity to the Adaklu Mountain in the Volta region, with plans potentially taking off as early as next year. Interesting. Have you ever been
to where?
To Kwewu for the Easter?
I've been to Kwewu, but not for Easter.
Okay.
Specifically
for Easter.
Road safety took me on a tour, you know, and to think that everybody goes to Kwewu for fun activities, and I was going there and I was talking about casualties, and you know, but it was a really nice experience, right?
Right.
Yeah, you know, climbing the hills and descending and all of that.
I want to experience the paragliding.
Really, it's not too late too.
Why?
But if you go there today after the show, you have enough experience.
The traffic going up the mountain choir is not an easy thing.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know there was a lot of traffic there. Anyway, so that'd be the whole story. I know. I'm trying to bring you this story. Mohammed's Accra Reset sets up panel to reshape global health order. And I think also earlier this week, the government announced the free primary health care, right? It'll be interesting how that particular policy is also rolled out. But the big headline story, Mohammed's Accra Reset, this is on citynewsroom.com, sets up panel to reshape global health order. The Chancery of the Accra Reset, an African health and economic sovereignty initiative championed by President John Mahama, has announced the establishment of a high-level panel on reform of the global health architecture and governance. The initiative will bring together 18 global experts tasked with producing concrete, actionable proposals to restructure what organizers say is an unequal global health architecture. The panel will be co-chaired by prominent international figures including Peter Piot, El Haj, Asi, Nisia Trindadi, and Budi Gunadi Sadikin. According to a statement on Friday, April 3, 2026, the Chancery of the Accra Reset, the panel's mandate is to challenge a global health system that has historically treated developing countries as passive takers rather than sovereign actors. And the story goes on and on and on. So we'll be following keenly as this develops. But I'm looking for the story on the free primary health care. I'll bring it to you when I find it.
Okay. Let me see. What else can we do?
You know, the president described the ongoing war as a painful irony when he says that Christ's birthplace, which is, you know, supposedly Israel, has now become an epicenter of war. Yeah. You know, and he used that to call for an end to the Middle East tensions.
Right.
You know, because a lot of people have said that if this war goes on for another 6 months, lots of economies could collapse. Because already, right, in Europe, there are reports of trucks lining up in the streets because the fuel prices were high, and in some cases, it was even difficult to get fuel. Now, yesterday we also saw in the news that a Kuwaiti, oil refinery had been bombed. One person dead. So clearly the war is really raging on, despite assurances from Trump that it would end in 2-3 weeks. It's like both sides of the war factions are even now gearing up for more action. So yesterday a fighter jet was gunned down. Then the propaganda was being pushed. They gunned down a U.S. jet, showing strength from the Iranian side. Then you have a U.S. administration who is changing its general, bringing in more people who some people believe that are going to acquiesce more to the administration or the civilian control over the military. So it's not good. And if your economy is very volatile and over the years unstable like ours, it means that's trouble for you, right? So we really want this war to end, honestly.
There are a number of accidents being reported, and this one happened in Kintampo, 8 dead, 27 injured. A devastating road accident at Tahiru, Accra, in the Kintampo North municipality of the Bono East region has claimed 8 lives, with 27 others sustaining injuries. The incident occurred around 3 a.m. on Friday, April 3, when a Benz cargo truck traveling towards Kumasi collided head-on with the Hyundai. Is that how they say it? Oh, Hyundai. Hyundai. Hyundai bus en route to Wudana in the Boko area. The impacts left several passengers trapped, prompting a swift response from personnel of the Ghana National Fire Service, who carried out rescue operations at the scene. Victims with injuries were transported to the Kintampo Government Hospital, where they are currently receiving treatment. The Municipal Chief Executive for Kintampo North, Isaac Donko, visited the facility to check on the injured and assess the situation. The bodies of the deceased, including the Hyundai bus driver, Yusuf Abdul Nasir, have been deposited at the Kintampo Municipal Hospital mortuary pending autopsy. And there was also another accident, if I'm not mistaken, on the Accra-Kumasi highway. Any other country, people would resign, because I think it's become one too many. Or is it that we become used to hearing that there are accidents, especially specific times of the year, holidays, Easter, Bronya. And so during those days, there are campaigns. I wonder if you're in Canada or in the US, and then during Christmas, they'll tell you to drive a certain way or pay attention to the roads. But
to be fair, I think they also do have those periods, right? So for example, see, every place in their trouble, when it's like peak European football season, right, and fans are traveling across, so many of the time we report a lot of fan violence, and they issue advisory to say, and public caution to say that, so be worried, be careful. It's unfortunate. We need
to move beyond road accidents.
I got a message from
3 dead, 9 dead.
From the National Road Safety Authority, and I thought it was impressive, right?
I didn't get one, so it's not impressive.
But everybody can get, but they are pushing it out there on their social media.
It should be, am I not a Ghanaian?
I'm sure they've
started. Do I not drive on the road?
I'm sure
How
they've
come
started.
I didn't get some?
I'm sure they've started, right? So they said obey traffic rule, avoid distractions, drive within the speed limit. And I'm like, wow. Again, we need to appreciate the fact that it's a very under-resourced institution, no matter how you want to put it. Right? I don't know how much capex has been allocated to them, but in previous, and even now, because I've had conversations with some people there, and they've been largely driven by donor grants and all of, it's not sustainable, right? So if we want them to be out there working, we need to resource them well. That's number one. Number two, I think all of those GPRTU and the driver associations, they need to also take up the mantle more. Like this Voxy issue, I've
seen a couple still on the road. I thought they had been recalled.
They hadn't been recalled. What they said was that they issued an advisory, more like a caution. So if you go and sit inside, you sit inside at your own risk. But they've not also said don't sit inside. But the point is that
they should draw a line. Either you're not allowed to take passengers for fear of what could happen to the vehicle. What do they say is wrong with the vehicle again?
Very good question. So I've tried to follow the issues quite keenly.
Yeah.
And according to the National Safety Authority, they received a lot of complaints about driver behavior, number one, and even the general make of the car. So what they've done is to assemble a team of experts made up of the various stakeholders, including the manufacturer of the vehicle, which is Toyota, to sit down and deliberate on the issues. We've not heard from them yet. I think it's actually about time we start asking questions. But the point is that there are quite a number of concerns about how the drivers even drive the vehicle. They also raised the point about, these cars are largely imported. We don't make them here. And from the country of importation, they were right-hand drive cars. And because we don't do that here in Ghana, these people, when they buy the car, then convert it to the left-hand drive. And we are being told that in the process of the conversion, it's usually not done well, right? So there are some screws that are not tightened properly. There are some, so it makes the car very vulnerable in case of any major impact, and hence the reasons why we are seeing. But you listen to other people who travel a lot, they tell you that the way some of these drivers drive is not proper. So I went out to the Kanishi market and Amasa Mine station. Apparently, it's a very popular spot for these. And they were telling us that, well, to an extent, it's true. Some of these drivers are mates, and they bring the cars in large quantities, and they get an opportunity to drive. And because it is very demure compared to like your trotro, the turnover time is quick. So they're able to go and come quickly. And because they want to go and come quickly sometimes, they overspeed. So it's a mixed bag of issues with the Voxy particularly. Right. But I expected the National Road Safety Authority to say that if you have identified a major mechanical fault
with your Voxy,
pause them. Every time I drive on the motorway, and I see no less than 3 on a truck heading towards Accra. I kid you not. So you can't say, oh, I'll be advising you against it, but people are still bringing it in. What if after the interrogation you are doing, you realize that there's a major flaw in the make of the vehicle such that it can't ply our roads? That means what happens to all of the ones that are on the sea? So if maybe you can say, okay, there's a temporary ban. So until we are done with our investigations, you can't bring it in. But I don't know their thinking.
But I think you should follow up on that meeting with the manufacturers and see what it is. Definitely. I also think that on Ghana, we really need to go through our road traffic regulations again, because believe you me, people don't know anything, or they've thrown it away and they're doing their own thing on our roads, especially when it comes to our roundabouts. It was in the UK that I realized actually we don't know how to use our roundabouts. But on that note, we'll be right back after this. Don't go away. We have so much for you on Breakfast Daily Weekend.
This Easter, as homes fill with laughter, shared meals, and love, pause for a moment and remember a child who has no one to celebrate with. Across Ghana, children in selected orphanages are hoping for care, hoping for comfort, hoping for kindness. You can be the reason a child smiles this Easter. Support the Easter Orphan Project 2026. Your donation in cash or in kind will provide warm meals, clothing, school supplies, and essential care for their well-being. Send your mobile money donation to 0550-900-006 or write a check in the name of the City FM Foundation. You may also bring your donation to Channel 1 TV in Tesano, Accra, Ghana. You can donate milk, sugar, rice, toys, books, or detergent. For more information, visit www.citynewsroom.com or call 0550-900-006 or 0302-226-013. The Easter Orphan Project comes off on Monday, 6th April 2026 and is powered by 97.3 City FM with support from Channel 1 TV. This Easter, let your kindness light up a child's life.
That's right, ice cream! Let's go and make ice cream!
In a place
Cheers!
you want to discover, there's so much to uncover.
Coffee!
Are you an explorer? Yes! Then join us on an adventure. All you need to do is
Look closely. High five.
think carefully.
Super.
Solve many problems.
Wonder Space Explorers are wonderful!
The Wonder Space Show airs every Saturday at 12 noon only on Channel 1 TV.
In my line of work, a confident smile is everything. Kale Charcoal Toothpaste keeps me on top of my game and ensures my smile is always radiant and bright.
With the tiring nature of my job, we spend several hours under the scorching sun. To keep our teeth white and our breath fresh all the time, we use none other than Kale Charcoal Toothpaste. Kale Charcoal Toothpaste. You're on a kessie and in a kit one.
Samayo kendini, ehu behia, semecha sapapadia to amame manfo. Kale Charcoal's natural ingredients, eno bomb se ho ban, e mane sweng, ne sanso mama hotoso e wo bedwam.
Kale Charcoal Toothpaste. Choose Kale Charcoal Toothpaste for anti-cavity, whiter teeth, and fresher breath all day. Available in 80 gram and 150 gram. Grab yours today.
Kale, happy smile. This advert is FDA approved.
You're welcome back to Breakfast Daily Weekend right here on Channel 1 TV with me, Inu Safo, and Jude Duncan. What's up?
No, a day like Adebayo.
So our favorite segment on the show, What's Happening, where we get to tell you events that are happening in and around Ghana, and then you get to pick and choose which ones you want to attend. And you never know, you might just bump into us there. And we would definitely love to have a conversation because you like to talk.
A lot. A lot.
Let's start with our own. We're reviewing back to the Village Food Festival, which happened last weekend. It was an amazing 2 days of food, good Ghanaian indigenous food, good Ghanaian indigenous drinks, good Ghanaian indigenous entertainment. It was simply amazing. I remember getting to see how, is it yakayake or something?
Was being made.
Was prepared. I got to see how they make
what food did you eat
kinky.
there?
So I always eat fried yam. I ate fried yam. I ate a bit of TZ. I ate some tatale with I normally don't like it with the bambara beans. Aboboy. Is that what they call it, aboboy? I normally don't like. I got to taste a lot of kebabs, a lot of drink. Charlie, you should do the diaries next year.
Yeah, just eating anything.
You're just eating your way through, and I was praying for my stomach at a point. Oh my God, please don't let my tummy hurt. Don't let my tummy hurt, because I was tasting a bit of everything. Yeah, but it was fun. It was fun, especially to see how various foods from various parts of Ghana are made. And it was also a delight to see people actually enjoy the food, you know. I don't think I heard any complaints of anyway and yet and I say is overpriced or it's too expensive. But it was simply amazing. It was lovely to see.
I also had lots of fun at the Back to Your Village Food Festival. I ate benokaf.
Okay. Yes, yes.
Benokaf. I had their grass cutter.
Okay. Soup.
soup. You know, I had a grass cutter soup.
With what?
With meat. No, I just drank the soup.
Oh, you just drank the soup?
I just had the soup.
Hey, who's this? I didn't see this one.
You know, it was really fun. It was really fun. I also had like tilapia.
Okay.
Like it was the biggest tilapia I've seen in my life.
Like grilled?
Yes, grilled.
Okay.
100 cedis. I know. It's the biggest tilapia. I was like, I'm gonna just say
tilapia.
You know, it was big. You know, for 100 cedis, I thought was a good bargain. And I also had like different things, right?
Yeah.
I got food for a few people too. So I had lots of fun.
Okay.
You know, I really had lots of fun. You know, I had nana rice and guamo.
Oh yes. Nana's rice was also actually very good.
Was nice.
And Jifa, our Ministry of Tourism, Minister for Tourism, Culture, Creative Arts, she was like, she doffs her hat that she can cook, or she can boast that she cooks very well. And now one more from Nana's rice, she said it was solid, top notch. So yeah, there was that as well. And the entertainment bits, wow. The fact that Kwampa got Dr. Osai Kwapo on his feet, dancing to the Saito and the... I swear.
Dr. Osai Kwapo?
Yes.
He was at the Back to Your Village.
Yes, he was at the Back to Your Village Food Festival on day one.
Our own Dr. Osai Kwapo.
Our very own Dr. Osai Kwapo. CDD
political
fellow. Yes. Now with Ashesi University, yes. Dr. Osai Kwapo was dancing.
Wow.
When they got to the Saito and the international school, and it was nice to see.
What did he dance?
I'm trying to remember the song, but it was.
In which category did he dance in? Saito.
Yeah, I think Saito.
You can't teach at Ashesi and come and do that.
What do you mean I can't teach at Ashesi?
Ashesi is a very international school.
It doesn't matter. Back to Your Village is for everybody. You come eat, you dance.
No, I'm saying now. The Kwampa was Kwampa, right?
Yeah, it was Kwampa.
So they were saying those who went to a Saito school should come and dance.
Yeah.
And they all came to come and dance.
Everybody came to dance.
And they said those who went to international school to come and dance.
And everybody came to dance.
Everybody came to dance.
Everybody came to dance.
And I'm saying that Osai Kwapo, he teaches at Ashesi.
And so
he didn't, you know, he has to.
So the Bruni that's dancing there, she knows she's what? My friend. It was nice to see, and there was this, and then they asked everybody to, you know, join a queue and dance around the square, and it was the longest queue I've ever seen at Back to Your Village Food Festival. Simply amazing. You can do anything, eh?
At that moment, like half of your problems are solved.
For the entirety of your meal. But it was fun to watch people let down their hair, especially people on a regular day, like Dr. Zaikapo, that you probably won't see dancing for the life of him. And so it was fun to watch people dance, let their hair down, the Kusiane Meko. Somebody swallowed 2 eggs. One at a go, not back to back, at a go. 2 eggs, Kusiane Meko. I was like, hey, Jamameko yede.
People really had fun.
People had a lot of fun. I think this is one of the Saitos and the, yeah. It was fun to watch. It was definitely fun to watch. This is day one.
Food and nonsense are like, me and Gaza, you're excited about food. Like, the average Ghanaian is really excited about food. Like when we see food, we are happy.
We're happy.
You know, and when we are done eating, and we are satisfied, oh, Charlie,
you're extremely happy.
Wow, I'm really happy that the vendors had a value for money. You know, sometimes you can do some of these things. People just come and pass by and not. But this time around, they bought people, and the big part is that we hope that contacts were exchanged, you know, and people will meet vendors who they can use for their own program. So, for example, if you came there with your loved one and you are planning a wedding, I'm sure you've seen a vendor who you might love to use at the event.
Definitely.
Right? So these are the career opening opportunities we also indirectly try to solve, right? So I'm really happy that vendors made their money. You know, it wasn't only fun and dance, but economically too, we've boosted some people. The truth about this is also that there are some vendors who, wow, Lenin, the truth of this other issue is that there are some vendors, right, and who were at the fair, the truth of the matter is they may not have such an opening to a market this wide.
Right.
So what this does is to give them that opportunity, right, for people to see them. And you might never know where they go from here. So lots of people, tens of thousands of them in their numbers, they've come, they've seen what you are doing, right? We'll show it on TV too, I'm sure when the diaries is running. So for that vendor, you know, they can't pay for TV ad.
No, they can't.
You know,
but you're getting it for free.
And for what they do, it's very likely that half of the number there would have never even seen their business because many of them are even operating from home. You took me last week to a fufu joint in somebody's house. You know, how many people will even know that a business like that exists?
People's teacher.
Yeah, nah.
Nah.
But this event gives that platform. So I'm happy that, you know, at the very least, we are economically opening up people, you know, and from the sales a business might make from this, might scale them up, right? Because some of them would have never gotten the kind of sales they made over the 2 days, or take them probably 6 months to make, you know, but they've done that here, and it gives them an opportunity to scale up. It gives them those who are smart, who are taking numbers after every purchase. What it does is that it gives them a client base for them to thrive on. So I'm really excited about this, and I hope that the vendors are able to use this as a springboard to launch even bigger and expand, right?
And one thing I love is that the kids weren't left out.
Absolutely.
They had a whole playground to themselves. I met a man taking his daughters, and I think they were of varying ages, 3 girls, and he told the oldest that she's too old for the jumping castle. I'm like, no, she's not. Even you, the dad, you're not too old for the jumping castle. He's like, oh, he's too old. He'll deflate it if he jumps on it. And I'm like, nah, it's for everybody. Don't mind daddy. And she started smiling. I mean, you know, come on. Allow kids to be kids. So yes, they had fun. And so, yeah, when we say come to the Back to Your Village Food Festival, it's not just about you. Bring your whole family. That's another thing that our Minister for Tourism touched on, the fact that she kept seeing families. Oh, wait, I think that was aquaculture and fisheries. Yes, she's the one who touched on that. And she was impressed that families were there in their numbers to eat, as well as ensure that the kids are having fun and all of that. Someone told me that we should have done it like this weekend so that
there would have been an extra day.
You know, an extra day for either for the festival or for them to rest. Because
exciting stuff.
They had fun. They had a lot of fun. And on Sunday it was instead of closing at 6, closed a bit later. So it's fun.
I left around 5 o'clock, 5:30 p.m. And I was wondering, I saw a video at 8 o'clock and I was wondering.
Yeah, me too.
Hey, what's happening?
What's happening?
Because I had to come the following morning and host, sit-in for Nana to 4. So I was like, what are you both doing that you are still there at 8 o'clock? And I'm being told by Helen, our producer, that at 10 o'clock people were still there. That's serious.
That is serious.
Wow.
We have undercharged. Next year we'll charge double because and there were fears that this place, Effa Sutherland, was too big because, you know, we've gotten used to AMA, but I saw the crowd last year at AMA. There was traffic, it was congested, people weren't able to move around. It was hot, like extremely hot. I couldn't find any place for a bit of reprieve or for air. And so this was simply amazing. There was enough room, there were enough spaces, you could buy your food and sit right there, or you could buy your food and take it somewhere else to sit and enjoy with no pressure on you to get up so that the next person to sit down. So this was simply amazing. And we'll definitely be doing this again next year. Next year, not this year. It's a lot of work. It takes a lot of work. And so it was fun. It was simply amazing. I don't have a feeling this
people were dancing here. They've never even stood up in church before. But see, anyway, I hope that the next big Oh, I see Apioko and Helen in there.
Where there's music, you'll find Helen.
Yeah, that's true. If I saw her at the bus 2 or 1 or 4, whichever.
She's on bus 4. She was on bus 4.
She was inside the thing.
Should I tell you Helen's name on Caravan?
What was her name?
I'll keep it.
No, tell me.
I'll keep it till later. I'll keep it till later. I'll give it to later. It's a Caravan thing.
On the cooking competition. Anyway, I was saying that there she is.
Yeah.
I'm hoping that our next big food brand, comes from this. We've seen how McDonald's is and how global it's become. We've seen the likes of KFC. Mm-hmm. I think that if we keep at this for some years to come, right, you might never know. Like,
we could be hosting a food festival in Barbados, in the US.
At the very least, at the sub-regional level.
Yeah.
Where other countries will jump
in
on
Zambia.
And say, I want to be a part of this.
So that they don't call us outfits, blouse.
And I see that in the next 5-10 years, if we keep pushing, right, some of these vendors can be so empowered to a point that their food package becomes like a global export. It is very possible. It sounds very
possible,
abstract, right? But everybody starts like this, and I'm really excited for what the future holds for these vendors.
It is very possible. All right, so thank you so much to our sponsors, patrons, vendors, everybody who came to eat or meet people.
Like see the Fortune Cafe, like the Fortune Coffee.
Yeah. She saw me on Sunday. And she's like, you need coffee. I'm like, thank you so much. And she gave me a cup and it boosted me.
With the right push. It's not even like giddy, like just a little bit.
Just a little nudge.
Oh, global brand easily, So
it's amazing.
This is what the Back to Your Village does.
Exactly. So Back to Your Village Food Festival. Thank you so much, everybody, our patrons, our sponsors, Echo Bank, Didi Shito, Gino, Twilliam, NPA, Munchie Biscuits, Everpack, Jibu. We appreciate you so much, and I know that from what you've seen this year, definitely when we call on you next year, you will definitely come running. Thank you so much for making it a huge success. All right, moving on. We have a dope concert at the Bukum Boxing Arena later today at 12 p.m. to 10 p.m. And it is a youth power experience. What are you doing? You're doing a kakalika dance. Kakalika.
No, Charlie, they day everywhere. They day
everywhere. And that's how our jersey was launched for the World Cup.
No,
wasn't it? Yeah, with the kakalika.
That time I was in school with them.
I know. I didn't know they were. What do you guys call yourselves, by the way?
Oh, Legon.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant Accra.
Yeah. No. Legon. Okay, so in my hall of residence, they were at the ground floor.
And they're twins.
Twins.
Okay.
For the longest period, I barely could make them out until very late, in school when we were about leaving, right? They look so much alike. And they had like a studio in their room.
Oh, so they started
way back. Like they've been on this for some time. So I'm not surprised the kind of acclaim they are receiving now. I think they've really worked hard for it. They worked very, very hard for it. You're not tempting me, Ellen. Ellen, you're not tempting me.
So yes, it's gonna happen.
Like see, that's what pains me. Because imagine we are the World Cup and Kudus and Semenyo.
And they score.
And Iñaki. They
and
do their
all
things.
Start doing a kakalika. Kakalika.
But Charlie, FA people, they make the thing chaka. Like they spot the thing. Anyway, so yeah, we are looking forward to a very kakalika World Cup, but not for us, for our opponents. England, Panama, Croatia.
Oh, it's your mind, Kobiana. You're in retreat.
So it's very depressing. Like if you listen to some of the football people talk about the ills of our football administration.
Yeah.
Because like yesterday I was listening to Nila Tevan Apoy on Sports Panorama, and I appreciated his his inputs, right, and insights, because this is somebody who's been at the very top before in terms of football administration, as a journalist, and also as a sports minister.
Right.
So both policy, both advocacy, and also, you know, the actual bit of it, you know, and in industry as a, I don't know if he owns a team, but he spoke about somebody, some place was managing, all of that. You know, like, it is so basic. You know, everybody is saying the same thing. Everybody's like A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. Then you listen to the football people, and they're like very different. I'm like, we can't all be wrong. You know, excuse me, we are not idiots.
Yeah.
You know, we follow the thing.
Yeah.
We, like, credit us with some sense.
We've been saying this for the longest.
You can't tell me again that they've gone to play World Cup. We didn't win any game. Group stages, we've come out. Then you've paid 100,000 Ghana cedis as bonus to some management committee. For what work done? Zero work done. You know, and when we say this, it's like, what do you know?
Yeah.
Then we question the Black Stars budget to a World Cup or to a competition. Then you have an FA president telling us that, why do we want to disclose a public entity's budget? As though it's not our taxes. Can you imagine? And ask why we are not questioning Asase. The interview was on Asase. They say, but has Asase made out? You know, the kind of inept thinking to think that, oh, Asase and even the GFA on the same level in terms of being a private entity.
Yeah.
It's true the GFA is a private entity, but the funds they use in running it is not private funds.
Yeah, but sir, we'll do sports.
Oh, no, I don't have anything to say, actually. I think that they'll do what they want to do.
Yeah.
But I'm calling on, you know, the president. He said his government was doing a reset. Research, GFA. You know, like, it should
like,
enter
big
the
time.
crevices everywhere.
Big time. Every corner
office.
within the GFA.
You know, because if we can't continue like this,
let's not.
The GFA alone.
Let's be calming down. Let's not rile ourselves up.
Close
we
to
have
$1
sports.
million.
Don't worry, we have sports.
They've paid close to $1 million to allow coaches. How do you call it?
Yeah, me see a bear sports.
No, I mean, can't win. $1 million. $1 million as severance packages for coaches.
Can you imagine?
Under one FA. It's unconscionable.
We'll talk about it. All right, so Kakalika Dope Concert, High School Edition, is happening at the Bukom Boxing Arena today from 12 p.m. to 10 p.m. And it's a cool 50 Ghana cities. And so there's going to be music, dance, art, fashion, basketball. Oh, that's a 3x3 basketball. So it's going to be fun. So that's the number to dial for a ticket. And then you make your way to the Bukom Boxing Arena.
You know the funny thing?
What up?
The Dope Nation, like, all their songs are hits, so.
Yeah.
Don't think about it. Like, every single one of their songs. I'm looking forward to this.
Dope Nation.
All right.
All right, we have quote. I don't know whether they still play that thing, but it was so catchy. Before they continue the jingle, quote. That means Easter, no, Drew. So there's a diaspora Easter homecoming up on the mountain, and who's Derek Simpe?
I think he's an instrumentalist. So he plays the instrument, but not like your regular drums. They call it steel drums.
Oh.
He's actually very good. So it's like he has a string instrument effect.
Okay. Oh, okay.
So he's playing the drums. It's a really, really interesting thing.
All right. Woo! The maestro. Hi.
No surprises there.
I love Kojo Entry. Like, oh man. Yep. So Kojo Entry is gonna be there. Oferian Pansa is gonna be there. Aheneba Kisi is gonna be there, and it's happening at Orange Jardin. I feel like I should say this in French. Jardin Hotel in Praia. And it's 150 Ghana cedis for single, 200 Ghana cedis for couples, and 5th April. I say yes, it's CABC. 150 single, 200 couple. Wow. And it's happening on the 5th of April, which is today, right?
Yep.
Or tomorrow? Tomorrow, Sunday, at 7 p.m. at the Orange Jardin Hotel at Imprayeso in Kwewo. I really want to go to Kwewo for Easter, just to try the paragliding.
I hear from those who've done it before that it's a really exciting experience.
Yeah.
So we'll
It
see.
looks exciting. I mean, I'm sure, like, before the jump, you'll be thinking of all your ancestors and why you're standing there doing
It's
what
a very
you're
safe.
doing.
It's a very safe practice, actually.
But yes, I hear it's very safe. I mean, I've seen it, and it looks exciting, and I want that thrill. You know, are you an adventure junkie? You don't look like
No.
one.
I'd rather be in my bed.
You'd rather be in your bed.
Watching Channel 1 TV.
Let's go. Let's go. Sometimes
Watching
you need
Channel 1 TV.
get out of your comfort zone and you know, jump over the cliff.
You know, but you also need to be mindful where you are doing it. In this country, we don't.
So where would you do it?
You have your only referral hospital. No, they are saying that right now they should take OPD cases. Your referral.
You just mentioned that it's safe.
Yeah, but.
So what are you talking about? Now you're being a typical Guinean. This will definitely be fun.
Because you've seen it before.
This will definitely be fun.
You know,
So
but it's actually, I don't want to use this to, like, I want to actually allay the fears of people. It's safe. They go through very time-tested safety procedure.
Yeah, it's been going on for years.
So be rest assured.
Yeah, and so
forgive my naivety and my my own fear. But it's very, very safe.
But we'll do it next year.
Yeah. But it is also true that your kolebuno.
Forget the hospital. We're not going to the hospital. We're going to jump.
Do you know Stormzy?
We're going to jump and we're going to have an amazing time. Trust me. Trust me. It's all in your head. It's all in your head. You'll be fine. You'll be fine. So that's happening in the Imprayeso Orange Jardin Hotel, and you simply don't want to miss that. I mean, if you have Kujenchi, the maestro, then you definitely don't want to miss that. Okay, there's Trappers Night with Kofi Mole, and that's happening at La Farm at Mankasim on the 4th of April, which is today at 8:30 p.m. So if you get an early bird ticket, you get it for 40 Ghana cedis, and at the gate, it's 50 Ghana cedis. And Kofi Mole, 50 Ghana cedis, free Wi-Fi, bottle flip. But why would you need Wi-Fi? Okay, maybe to take snaps and TikTok videos and post them. But all right, so that's what's happening at Mankasim at La Farm at 8:30 p.m. Accra to Cape Town. Accra boys are back this Easter, taking you on a musical journey from Accra to Cape Town, Saturday, 8 p.m. to Sunday, 2 a.m. Wow. At the number 19 Accra Bar and Restaurant. So Accra to Cape Town. Accra to Cape Town. So what, we're going to Accra to Cape Town back? Like, I need to understand what's happening. Or is it music? So we're going to play music from Accra, then we'll go to Cape Town. Okay, all right.
Sounds exciting, now.
It sounds very exciting. So it's happening at the number 19 Restaurant and Bar. Music by Jay on Deck, F the DJ, Active Accra Boys, and the host Influence and Amount. Sounds promising. There is Fish Fry Game Day. Whew. If you don't take care, you say fish fly. Fish fry and game day. Spades, chess, dominoes, unos. Ooh, those who like games, this would be something that you'd love to do. It's happening at 1 p.m. to 6 p.m. at the Ayi Mensa Park. 1 p.m. to 6 p.m. at the Ayi Mensa Park. And it is 300 Ghana cedis. That's what it says. VIP entry, fish and chicken basket, water, popsicle, and entry into tournaments of choice. The general entry, though, is 150 Ghana cedis. But if you want to partake in any of the games, I guess you probably have to pay a bit more. That is something at the Ayi Mensa Park for you if you are interested. There's BPM Grooves and Pounds happening at Bloomba. Judy or Bloomba?
But the Bloomba, is it a Bloomba event or they've changed? Because I know Bloomba has changed its location. For December, they moved from Osu to the Spintex Road, right?
Okay.
So I don't know if they are saying is a Bloomba event or that is happening. I don't know. We'll find out more, right? Grooms
so
and
it's
farms.
happening on Sunday, and the doors they say open at 8 p.m. at Bloomba.
Okay, so the Untamed Empire Accra.
Yeah, so the same people.
Yeah, so I think it's a Bloomba event or happening at the Bloomba location at the Untamed Empire in Accra.
Grooves and Palms. Yeah. Oh, by the way, our own people, and we probably don't have a flyer for this, but I'm going to say it anyway. In Chinchim have a show this evening at, what's the jazz bar close to the police?
233?
No, not 233. The other one. Gold Coast.
Oh, okay.
Yes. So in Chinchim have an event there, and so you can make your way there, and there.
And Chame Kwame too, right?
Fun. Yeah, we can't wait for that 10th anniversary thing.
It's later this month.
They're celebrating Ochame Kwame at 50, and that will be fun as well. All right. So that's what's happening in and around town. Pick and choose which ones you want to go to, and you never know. We might bump into each other. We'll be right back.
March is Colorectal Cancer Awareness Month.
Are you aged 45 years and over and or noticed blood in your stool and have a family history of cancer? Then don't hesitate to have a colonoscopy. Early detection of cancer and effective treatment saves lives. Visit us or call us on 0244 581 541 or 0271 054 204. Mintuba Hospital. In to serve a peculiar health need.
Great taste starts with the finest ingredients: wheat flour, milk, eggs, and a touch of cinnamon. Crafted with care for the authentic Ghana Achomo experience. Enjoy tasty, crunchy mini-me Achomo anytime your day needs a reset. Mini-me Achomo. Taste the fun. Grab yours now.
This advert is FDA approved.
Are you planning to relocate from your company office or house, whether across cities to another town or halfway around the country? You want a moving company you can depend on to get you there? Let me introduce you to Logistics Movers. We are here to help you every step of the way, from planning the move to unpacking the last box and settling into your office or home. We have the expertise, experience, and market understanding and offer fast, reliable, and professional transportation services in Ghana. Our main thrust is to successfully move your business, household items safely, on time, and hassle-free. You can call us on 0246 833 539 or 0244 342 465. You can also send us an email to info@logisticsmovers.com or check our website www.logisticsmovers.com. Why expose your company or household items to theft or damages when you are relocating if it's avoidable? Logistics Movers, we help you relocate.
No, we're not making banku. We're not making kokunte. We're just stripping it all the way down to one of my favorite things, a sweet dessert. She is a very distinguished human being, a woman being. Please, round of applause for Abba as she comes in.
Thank you,
thank
you. You know, the flour is white, the salt and the sugar and so on and so forth. And the white and the milk will talk about just the purity of our hearts.
And we're making what kind of cake?
We're gonna make a vanilla cake. So there's a measuring cup, or you can use any cup of yours in the house to measure. So the same cup of margarine goes the same cup of flour. And then goes the same cup of sugar.
All the time.
But then if it's you, you can use the same cup of sugar. but any other person kindly use half because it becomes sugary.
So it's Hollywood. It's Hollywood.
Like it or not,
I always
it's Hollywood.
wanted to go to Hollywood. You always hear this is where the movies are being made.
There's vanilla ice.
Barley's, wish us happy birthday.
Ice, baby. Oh, happy birthday!
Ice, baby.
What's Cooking is brought to you by Tasty Tom Enriched Tomato Mix. Over Kakra, na yibibre.
You're welcome back to Breakfast Daily Weekend right here on Channel 1 TV with me, Ino Safo. We're going into a conversation with reps from La Palm Royal Beach Hotel, and they're going to tell us why we should spend our Easter there with them. I have in studio with me Aram Rex Jaka. She's the sales manager of La Palm Royal Beach Hotel, and Sharon Bruce, promotions executive for La Palm Royal Beach Hotel. Hi, ladies. Welcome. How are you doing?
Doing well, thank you. You know, yourself?
I'm very well, thank you.
Good.
Who should I start with?
Start with Sharon.
All right. Sharon, what makes Easter at La Palm Royal Beach Hotel different from other seasons or other events?
Okay. So, you know, Easter is always about going to our hometowns, doing all other stuff, but some of us can't go.
Oh.
And so, what makes La Palm is the only one of the few hotels in Accra that, you know, gives off business and vacation vibes.
Yeah.
So depending on what you want, we've got it. So the space, the ambience, the offerings, the beach, the games, makes it the perfect spot for your Easter vacation if you're still in Accra.
So what should we expect from La Palm? Like this Easter, what's happening there? Why should I come there? Why should I drive all the way to La?
It's not all the way to but the reason why you should come is we put together a lot of activities for every person. So it's family friendly. It's for every kind of thing you're looking for. I'm going to start with accommodation. You're tired of being home, you want a vacation out of the house, you can't go very far. We put together a room promo that if it's just yourself, a solo date, for just 1,575 cedis, you get to stay in La Palm. For over just a little over 2,000, you and your partner. And if you want it with your family, it's just 4,000 cedis. You get 2 rooms, enough space for you and your children. And with that comes with access to the pool, access to our mini golf area, all our leisure sports area. And what that gives you is that it gives you 10% discount off all our buffet meals during your stay at La Palm. And not only that, we did Palm Sunday, it was fantastic. Yesterday we had the Friday night by the Atlantic at the Ghanaian Village with our DJ, good music, good vibes. That was super. Tonight we are continuing with dinner at the Continental Restaurant, and that's just 450 cedis per person. Intimate, warm, indoors, cozy. And we go loud tomorrow. Tomorrow is Easter Sunday. We have our Ghanaian Village lunch at our Ghanaian Village restaurant with a very good immigration band.
Okay.
And that's 550 cedis per person only. Have price for kids between 6 years and 12 years. We eat, we enjoy music, we have board games. You can go down to the beach. There's enough space for the kids to run around. If you want to take a walk after lunch, you've got that space. It's just the space, the ambience, and aside being one of the longest serving hotels in Ghana, we are also the very few hotels that keeps our nature very personal. Like if you come in, we are all surrounded with all this infrastructure, buildings, all of that. But at La Palm, you get nature, good for stress relieving, good for mental health. It just gives you long life, and you don't get that anywhere else.
Sorry, Aram, you've been quiet for too long. You know, aside the food and the rooms and the relaxation, I want to focus on the kids. Aside that, what do you have for them?
Well, for the kids, on Monday we're going to have a kids corner during the Easter Monday celebrations. Treasure hunts, face painting, all the kid games you can think of. So I would encourage the whole family to come over and experience La Palme.
Have you seen an increase in domestic tourism, I mean, with reference to La Palme, especially during holidays?
Yes. So, because of, like what Ariam said, because of our space and, you know, people wanting to take their kids outside, away from the screens, and everybody sees La Palme, you're passing by the busy, it's just the frontal. So we have schools coming in to tour the place, families coming in, friends. So it's increased because they come in, experience Ghana as a Ghanaian village. If they want something European at a continental restaurant, something relaxing by a poolside. We also have the Equator Lounge. So it's just like a mini tourist center in the center of Accra.
Okay. Run me through your packages again. What am I getting if I decide to spend my Easter at La Palme?
Okay. So Easter tomorrow you get the, well, if you're staying over, you get a very good room rate. You get 10% on all buffet meals, including Easter Sunday lunch and dinner. On Monday, we come alive at our poolside. And like Ariam said, the kids' corner will have a lot. We have the Bounty Castle trampoline. We have Jenga. We have the PlayStation end screen. We have the basketball shoots corner. We have the board games, mini golf area, volleyball, football. It's just a big picnic at La Palme tomorrow.
Okay.
And
Monday.
And okay. And I see you have a meet me there pool party. That's when's that happening?
That's on Easter Monday.
That's on Easter Monday.
That's what we have the kids corner.
Okay. Okay. Oh, sounds fun. How long is this package? Is it just for the Easter period?
The package runs through to the 7th of April.
Okay.
Yes.
So
but after the 7th, if you contact us, we'll give to you a very good package. Yes.
We want to know what that package is so that for those of us who are working during this period, maybe we'll call
special
after.
discounts on my account. So just use me as your reference and you'll get that discount.
Okay. So it's valid from till the 7th of April.
Yes.
And then afterwards, we call you.
My special discount.
Your special discount. I like that. So if for anybody watching us right now, what would you say to them to encourage them or to tell them to get out of their beds or after church come straight to La Palme for that Easter experience?
You're still deciding what to do for Easter. I don't think you want to relax. I'll tell them relax. Don't drive back home from church, go put your kitchen stuff out. No, relax, enjoy yourself. Take it easy. The rates are unbeatable. Come relax to good music, good vibes, and just a relaxing feeling. Life is too stressful.
I know.
You need to relax. For those for what you asked about not being able to come during the Easter, we are introducing what we call the Heritage Lunch at the Ghanaian Village. So we are launching it on Easter Monday, but from then for as low as 150 cedis, you get every good delicacy at La Palme at the Ghanaian Village restaurant.
And that's after the package is
yes,
done?
please, from Easter Monday.
Impressive.
Yes, please.
I think it happens during the week from Monday through to Friday lunch. So you should come over and experience it. The lunch is going to be chaired, or our guest will be the Honorable Minister for, I think, the MP for Ladadi Kotopom, Honorable Rita Odole.
Oh, that's nice. So also come have lunch with him.
Absolutely.
And
you never know.
Some business be that you want to pass through him. This would be an opportune time, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And for our Sunday branches too, we on weekly basis have special guests passing through, so you never know who you meet there. So I would encourage you to pass
come
by.
and eat and network. Not a
Yes.
bad idea. I love that. Someone says you have a casino in your space. Is it included in this whole Easter package?
I'm sure they have special deals during this Easter, so you should pass by.
Okay. Any numbers to call?
Please call 0268 710 684, or you can WhatsApp 0577 665964.
Please give me the numbers again.
So call 0268 710 684, or WhatsApp 0577 665964.
Any final words, ladies?
I mean, the place to be this Easter and afterwards, it's La Palm Royal Beach Hotel.
What about you?
Just come. Come and enjoy yourself. Just come.
All right, ladies, thank you so much. Aram Rex Jaka is the sales manager of La Palm Royal Beach Hotel, and Sharon Bruce is promotions executive at the La Palm Royal Beach Hotel. We will definitely be passing through for Easter at La Palm and enjoy these amazing packages that they have for you. And Aram says, if you're too busy during the Easter, just call her afterwards.
Absolutely.
And she'll,
You'll be sorted.
Yes, you'll be sorted out. She'll give you some amazing packages as well to enjoy. So this is my conversation with La Palm Royal Beach Hotel on why they should be your ideal destination this Easter. We'll be right back.
Wow, this is 1998. I can't believe I'm turning 50. When I look back, all that I can remember is all I've been given. Life, friendships, family, and dedicated fans. And I still have a seat in a beautiful industry, enjoying the opportunity I've been given to serve Ghana. I'm made in Ghana. But check this out, Channel 1 TV says they want to celebrate me. They say I'm a good example. Is it true? For my 50th birthday, I'm going to build a pediatric emergency center at Menchia Hospital. That is why all these young and vibrant celebrities are coming out to Plus 233 on the 18th of April to come so that we throw this amazing white party together to raise money for that hospital. Kwame Eugene, Kiddy, Kim Paluta, Amrado, Miss B, Sister Fia, a free year, Kwabna, Talent, Abiana, Akwabwa, Abochi, Brothers, Raskuku, Adina, and another friend of mine, Andy Dusty on the 1 and 2s. He is not young. 9 p.m. till you are tired of listening to great music. I know that Channel 1 wishes that they could bring all of this excitement for free, but because we are trying to build a pediatric emergency center at Menchia, please be happy to pay 1,500 for VVIP and 1,000 cedis for VIP. See you there.
This Easter, as homes fill with laughter, shared meals, and love, pause for a moment and remember a child who has no one to celebrate with. Across Ghana, children in selected orphanages are hoping for care, hoping for comfort, hoping for kindness. You can be the reason a child smiles this Easter. Support the Easter Orphan Project 2026. Your donation in cash or in kind will provide warm meals, clothing, school supplies, and essential care for their well-being. Send your mobile money donation to 0550-900-006 or write a check in the name of the City FM Foundation. You may also bring your donation to Channel 1 TV in Tesano, Accra, Ghana. You can donate milk, sugar, rice, toys, books, or detergent. For more information, Visit www.citynewsroom.com or call 0550-900-006 or 0302-226-013. The Easter Orphan Project comes off on Monday, 6 April 2026 and is powered by 97.3 City FM with support from Channel 1 TV. This Easter, let your kindness light up a child's life.
That's right, ice cream! Let's go and make ice cream!
In a place
Cheers!
to discover, there's so much to uncover. Are you an explorer? Yes! Then join us on an adventure. All you need to do is look closely,
High five.
think carefully,
Super.
solve many problems.
Wonder Space Explorers are wonderful!
The Wonder Space Show airs every Saturday at 12 noon only on Channel 1 TV.
Welcome to The Point of View. This is your favorite current affairs show here on Channel 1 Television. On The Point of View, we pick the right topics, get the right guests, and ask them relevant questions on issues that matter to you.
With the complexities of the issues happening around us on a daily basis, it's the hard-hitting conversations and the probing questions of The Point of View.
So what is the Public Account Committee's job?
So what we do is to scrutinize, clarify, and find out why certain infractions have been made.
What do these IMF programs try to do?
The current program is for budget support.
Okay.
There are no projects attached.
That teases apart the twisted entanglements of politics and governance, as well as religious and social discourse. The Point of View brings you the policymakers and duty bearers and drills down to the very bottom of issue.
What authority do you have?
The Point of View airs every Monday and Wednesday at 9 p.m. only on Channel 1 TV.
Welcome back. This is Breakfast Daily right here on Channel 1 TV. My name is Jude Duncan. We'll continue the show. It's now time for a very important conversation with a guest who's authored a book. She goes by a very interesting mantra I want to just read to you pretty shortly. She says that don't just tell them they can, show them how. And she's done exactly that with an interesting book titled My Body, My Future, a Smart Girl's Guide to Avoiding Teenage Pregnancy, Staying in School, and Owning Her Future. It's our privilege to introduce to you Charlotte Agyemang. Good morning and welcome to Breakfast Daily Weekend.
Good morning.
Amazing,
Good morning.
amazing, amazing.
Good morning. How are you? I'm very well. Yourself?
You're doing amazing.
Thank you.
When I started TV, right, and reading around how to make all of it work, there was an interesting maxim about TV that said that you show, you don't tell.
Right.
And I've tried to live through it in, so sometimes I don't get me to dance on TV because I can't describe the dance.
Yes.
I have to show them the dance.
Exactly.
Also because we want to excite and entertain and keep our viewers glued. Yes. What inspired your decision to write this book?
Right. I am a teenage pregnancy victim myself. Yes. About 28 years ago. Wow. So if I tell you my age, you'll be surprised. Yes. I was in SHS. In fact, I was very active. And I'm sure I'm still active.
You look it.
Yes. So in school, everybody likes me. But I was the entertainment prefect.
Oh, it's always them.
Yes.
It's always
In fact, I had two positions in school. I was the entertainment prefect and the sports prefect.
Oh, okay.
Oh, wow. Yes.
Wow.
So I was so active, everybody likes me. Even in school, they wanted me to be the the girls' prefect.
Wow.
But I prefer to be entertainment because that's where the fun is.
Yeah, yeah.
So one day, it was a Saturday, it was a weekend, I was asked to, get an activity for the girls. It was a girls' school. And then I came out because I was a prefect. I was allowed to go out and pick up something to come and show for my school, my girls. So I wanted to show a video. It was a video night, a movie night. So I went out and then went to pick up a video cassette. Those days it was a video cassette.
Yeah.
So you rent it, then you come to school and show it to them. On my way, I made a very bad decision. I went for the video cassettes. I should have returned.
You didn't return?
I didn't return. My teachers thought they have sent me to go for a video cassette. My parents thought I'm in school.
Studying.
My friends thought they were going to have a movie night. But I made a very bad decision. And the decision was to visit a guy. And that's
Did you know him?
Yes. Yes, I knew him. And that's changed my direction.
Right.
It's changed my choice for the future. So I saw a gap that our girls do not have information. Our girls are not knowledgeable about the realities of life. Because I was just asked to go for a video cassette. I should have just returned.
It was a once occasion thing?
One occasion, something just once. And it's landed me into teenage pregnancy. I disappointed my parents. I disappointed my teachers who really thought that I was going to be a very great person in future through education.
Did you have the requisite knowledge about your reproductive health as a young lady at the time?
At the time, I didn't know. I didn't know. You are there, you are playing, you be playing, going around doing your own thing, and you realize that your menses has come. You don't even know your menstrual cycle. You understand?
That knowledge is not
It's
very...
not there.
Yeah, it's very
It's not
scanty.
there.
Even when they give it to you.
Even as of now,
Yeah,
it's
they're still
sometimes
shy to talk
difficult
about it.
to even talk about it.
Wow.
You understand?
So that was your first real encounter with a man?
That was my first
Sexually?
encounter. Yes.
And it led to a child?
It led to a child.
Unprepared?
Unprepared.
How did you cope?
In fact, when I came back to school, I was able to go about my duties, do everything with the girls all right. But I didn't know the consequences.
Right.
I thought I've just done it. That is okay. I've come to school. We are just going to continue whatever we are doing in school.
Right.
But after some months, I realized something was changing in my body, but I didn't know what to do. I didn't know what to do.
I'm sure you didn't think pregnancy.
I didn't even think pregnancy.
You were probably coming down malaria or something.
Exactly. Exactly. So I just kept it month by month. I realized that something was changing, but I didn't even know who to talk to at that time. So I remember a friend, I spoke to a friend, and she gave me an advice. And I said, no, how do we do that? I'm in school. I can't do it. Where do I go to do this?
Yeah.
You understand? One day, I think my headmistress, she saw that, Charlotte, you have become so calm. What is happening? I think I want to see you. So she saw it.
And that was after how many months?
And that was after 5 months.
Wow.
And that time you didn't even still know?
I didn't even still know. So that was after 5 months.
But that was very dangerous.
Yes.
Because it meant that you wouldn't have been feeding right. You wouldn't have been taking care of yourself.
Taking care of myself, even medication.
Yeah.
You have to even go for antenatal and all those things. I didn't. You understand?
Wow.
That was so dangerous. So that inspires me. I realize girls do not have information. We are not knowledgeable about what is going on. So I need to come out. I need to come out to let girls know that, yes, sometimes you might not even want to tell your parents, but you can confide in a big sister somewhere or a mentor somewhere to speak to, so that at least whatever is going on in your life, you'll be able to talk to that person and the person can support you. Right.
How was it like dealing with the societal pressure that accompanied this? Were you in the church?
I was in the church, and I was a very good singer. I am an alto singer.
You're an alto singer?
Yes, so I sing very well in church. And I'm still active in church.
Wow.
Great. Yes.
How did that affect your relationship with everybody around you, particularly in the church?
Yes, the stigma that came with. Because when I became pregnant, for my faith, you will be disfellowshipped. Exactly. I remember.
You can't even go for communion again.
Exactly. As for my church, you won't even come to church.
Church of Christ.
Like you know.
Oh, I've seen your book. Wow. So you were excommunicated.
Exactly.
Or no, is that excommunication?
Disfellowship. That is what we say.
So you're
sign.
So you sit at the back.
You won't even come to church.
How does that make you feel?
Because I know for some churches they make you sit at the back.
Yes,
you
I
can't
think
come for
the
communion
Catholics
for
and
some
the
time.
other churches.
But
yes.
you couldn't even go to church at all.
No, you couldn't go to
How
church.
did that make you feel?
It made me feel so bad and so embarrassed because I saw the disappointment in the eyes of my parents. They couldn't even go to church as well. Because you know, at that time, we didn't have so much knowledge about teenage pregnancy, how to avoid it, and how to even assist your child, even if the child gets pregnant, how to even support her.
Yeah.
There was a time my mom told me, I am feeling so much disgraced.
How did that make you feel?
I felt so bad, bro.
Did you have at any point suicidal thoughts because of what you were going through and the way society was treating you?
Oh, yes. Yes. It came up because I was very active, like I'm saying.
Yeah.
I was an active girl in school. I do sports, entertainment, dancing, everything. Just count me in. And now I can't involve myself in it.
28 years ago.
28 years ago.
So were you still going to school or you had to put school on the side?
I became a school dropout. I had to drop out of school and take care of the baby. But something good happened. That's my mother.
Wow.
She just stood firm and said, I am going to help you complete your education because everybody knows you are good academically. Wow. So I think I can do something for, but you don't have fathers. As for that one,
it's a different matter altogether.
It's a different matter altogether. Yeah. You get it.
Was there a church elder?
Well, something like that.
It's even worse. Oh God.
But you know, when I grew up, I understood him. Because every parent has an expectation for their children. I mean, I've invested in you. You should be able to come out well. I took you to school. You should be able to concentrate on your school. Why this? I hope you understand.
Yeah.
And he also saw the disgrace that I brought on him. I hope you understand.
Were you the only child?
No, we are 4.
Okay.
Yes, but I'm the first girl.
Oh.
Wow.
You understand?
It makes the weight of expectation even bigger.
Very, very big.
But what was the guy in all of this? He was sleeping somewhere.
He was somewhere
crying.
He didn't even care. I mean, I was the one carrying the thing.
But was he involved in when it became obvious you were pregnant, you had to go for antenatal, was he helpful in the whole process of it?
Oh, yes. As for that, I would say yes. In fact, when I got pregnant, I remember he once said, whatever I have to do to assist you, I'll do it.
So was responsible.
And that gave me hope.
That's good.
That gave me hope. And the mother too did.
The guy's
mom. So let me say, I was fortunate, but somebody might not be that fortunate. My mom stood by me 24 hours. I remember, you know, when you get pregnant, you need to be wearing maternity dresses and all that. And it was her dresses that I was wearing.
I can imagine.
So when it came up that I needed to come home and then now take care of the baby or the pregnancy, I would have to be going for antenatal. I don't have money. She's the one to take care of me. And when we were leaving, I think there was like a hidden route to the hospital.
Wow.
And she would make sure she would pass me through that place so that nobody sees me.
Oh, wow.
So this is a manual for young
girls.
Right.
This is a manual. This is like a handbook.
Okay.
It's a guide for every young girl. Every young girl in Ghana should get one.
To read chapter 5, and I know it's on sale, so I'll not give out all the insights. But this caught my attention glancing through.
Yes.
chapter 5, the power of choices. You don't need luck, you need a plan.
Right.
So the author says, if no one has told you about this yet, let me be the first to remind you of a powerful truth. You hold the power to shape your own life. This power isn't just about dreaming or hoping for a better future. It's about making a deliberate, conscious choice every single day that steer your path towards becoming the woman you want to be. And you add very briefly, life doesn't just happen to you by accident, and neither does strength, confidence, or success. These qualities are built over time, shaped by the decisions you make and the actions you take.
Yes.
That's quite heavy. You know, what for this particular bit, what inspired the thinking around this and the inspiration, really?
Yes, so I realized that I needed to do something. When I look at my life, I realized if after the pregnancy, I had not come back strongly, I wouldn't have gotten to the stage. I realized my mates have completed SHS. In fact, let me tell you something. After I gave birth, I went back to school.
Okay.
And I went back to the same school to write exams with my colleagues. Yes.
Papa.
And this is
showing us the way in all
telling
angles.
you. So this is something I want everybody to know.
Okay.
You have to understand that you don't need luck. You need a plan. When my mom told me that, Charlotte, you have to go back to school, I just said, yes, I'll go. Because I loved education. I knew that education is what can help me succeed in life.
Right.
That was what I knew. So I went back to school, went to write exams with my colleagues, completed the SHS. Now I needed to move on to tertiary. Yes, I went. I still went. I strived to ensure that I will be able to achieve whatever goal that I have set. So I just cut off friends, concentrated on my books, and every now and then I make a conscious effort. I'm intentional about my growth. I'm intentional about my success. Because if you don't put efforts in it, if you are not intentional, you will not be able to achieve the dream. I hope you understand. So that is all that the chapter 5 is talking about.
Very powerful.
Somebody will say, oh, I'm not lucky. I'm not lucky. Who told you? You can do something. Don't depend on anybody. Rely on your own decision. Look for mentors. Listen to podcasts. Listen to TV shows that will improve on your life. And that is what I was doing.
How common is the phenomenon of teenage pregnancy, particularly in Ghana?
It is so common, bro. If you look at the statistics, almost 100,000 girls get pregnant every year.
And these are teenage?
Yes, and these are teenagers.
In what age bracket again are we looking at?
Between 13 to 19, sometimes 10 years.
Are getting pregnant?
Are getting pregnant.
Because we're having our menstruations earlier.
Some people even go as far back as 9 to have their menstrual periods.
Wow.
Yes.
Which regions will you say, based on your assessment, in coming up with this book, the research that you did, where do we see the prominence of this, right? Where is it really common?
Right, so based on my research, in the past it was Central region, but now I am seeing it in Ashanti region. Yes, in Ashanti region. If you look at the statistics, Ashanti region is really on top.
Wow.
Yes.
And you've explained to us.
Yes.
Sorry, Jude. I mean, the social bracket of those getting pregnant.
Yes, between 13 to 19. Yes.
Okay.
Between 13, 19, 15
those who
years.
don't have any source of economic livelihood.
Economic life, yes. I mean, poverty is also
a major cause.
A major cause. Poverty is a major cause. And sometimes, because the parents will not be able to take care of the child, they will say, oh, go and stay with this auntie. Oh, go and stay with this auntie. Or somebody, if you want, I don't have money to take care of you. So, this woman says she wants to help me. Go and stay with her.
Those are all issues.
There will not be proper guidance.
Yeah.
Nobody will guide her decision. What shows that when she even goes, she's going to continue her education?
Very true.
I hope you understand.
The call to action at the end of each chapter,
yes.
Was it deliberate?
Yes, it was really deliberate. In fact, my guy name is Shasha.
Ish.
And everybody attached action to it.
Okay.
Shasha action.
Yes, action to it. So I just didn't want it to be a rhetoric, like a theory thing, like what everybody is writing, you know, no. I wanted to take an action. You must take an action. So if you look at my book, every chapter has a call to action.
Exactly.
Every chapter has a call to action. So within the week, when you finish reading it, there is something you need to do. And if you make conscious effort to do that, to go through this activity, you will see a lot of changes in your life. Yes.
Wow. See, this is great, right? And I'm really excited that
Thank you.
You adhere to the call.
Right.
You know, a lot of people are so engulfed in the shame and the stigma attached that even after many years, they really can't confront it, right? So I like the way you've been able to go about it. But beyond this book, right, which we are hoping will do a lot of good, you know, in building consensus, building public awareness, is there anything as a country we need to pay attention to, right? Particularly from a policy point of view. If you had a gender minister sitting right in front of you today, based on your own experiences, what do you say to her in terms of what government should be doing so that we don't have to come back to these issues and rather keep girls in school and help them to become the better version of themselves?
Right. So we are not talking about it enough.
So that's one.
That is one.
So awareness, advocacy.
Awareness, advocacy. And it must be every day, every month, every week. Because, you know, girls, we are dynamics.
Yeah.
Our dynamics is different. We are dynamic. Sometimes you might tell us something today. The situation will change as soon as we go to the university.
Yeah.
There is, when I was doing my advocacy and my awareness, a young girl confided in me. She said, "Mommy, it is not our fault, oh. When we go to school, financial challenges. Our parents are not able to provide for us. So all that we need to do is to be sleeping around so that we can take care of ourselves." You understand? And it was so painful, I mean, when she said that. So for me, we still need to be doing more advocacy. We should create awareness every day.
Right.
And again, they should put us, even in school, they should be able to put us into groups, monitor each other, so that when you are going through any trauma, any issue, you'll be able to even speak to the small group. "Oh, sis, I think I have this issue. Can you assist me?"
Yeah.
If the sister cannot help you, I'm sure she will escalate it to somebody who can. You understand? In school, I remember those days, they have these small clubs in school, so that at least every now and then, you will be able to confide in somebody to speak to the person. And we should be able to talk about this. It is not just a monthly awareness creation as we do. It should be a daily or something we need to do every day, every week, every month. I hope you understand.
Right.
And then the gender minister should also focus more on creating awareness. I mean, it all comes down to creating awareness. Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
Where can we get the book to buy? Where can we find it to buy?
Right. So you can DM me directly. I'm on all social media handles. You can DM me directly. And then I have some agents around East Legon. You can get one there. North Kanishin. If you are outside Accra, you are not left out. You can go to Ho. If you go to Ho, I have somebody there. If you are in Kumasi, I have someone there. Koforidia and all that. Takrade. I'll put the contact numbers across.
It will also be a good read for particularly young girls in our secondary schools, right?
Yes.
So the schools, the headmasters and headmistresses,
Class 5.
you know, They should. You know, because again, at the senior high school level, they are so vulnerable, particularly with public, private schools, right? You go for programs, you see them in their numbers, and because of the huge numbers now, it's even more difficult because the teachers don't have absolute control over them. See, when we were in school, we were a much smaller year group, about 800 students or less. It's increased exponentially with free SHS. And what it means is that there's now even less monitoring from the teacher point of view. So you can imagine what's like in the girls' schools, where now they are at the beck and call of all manner of people. Some of them who come to the school to sell, do all sorts of things. So I feel like this is great, right? And thank you for doing it.
Thank you.
We need to highlight it more, right? We need to really, really highlight it more.
So
I had people tell me that they
your
go
numbers
to...
and your social media, so that,
right.
You mentioned social media, but you didn't give us your handle.
Right. So on TikTok, I'm Shasha Series.
Okay.
Shasha Series.
Okay.
On Facebook, I'm Charlotte Ajiman. And then YouTube, I'm Shasha Series.
No, when you come again, you have to tell us where you got the Shasha from.
I'm Shasha.
Okay. And the
I'm
number?
Shasha Series. And then my contact number is 0546 615 610. 0546 615 610. You can call or text me. If you want my WhatsApp number, it's 020 660 636.
Amazing.
Yes, that's my number.
Shasha. Oh, the name is solid. It'll be correct.
I like the artwork and the font too.
Yes.
Very, very nice and very catchy. So, My Body, My Future by Charlotte Ajima, a smart girl's guide to avoiding teenage pregnancy, staying in school, and owning your future. Always remember that the choice is yours. We'll be right back.
This Easter, as homes fill with laughter, shared meals, and love, pause for a moment and remember a child who has no one to celebrate with. Across Ghana, children in selected orphanages are hoping for care, hoping for comfort, hoping for kindness. You can be the reason a child smiles this Easter. Support the Easter Orphan Project 2026. Your donation in cash or in kind will provide warm meals, clothing, school supplies, and essential care for their well-being. Send your mobile money donation to 0550-900-006 or write a check in the name of the City FM Foundation. You may also bring your donation to Channel 1 TV in Tesano, Accra, Ghana. You can donate milk, sugar, rice, toys, books, or detergent. For more information, visit www.citynewsroom.com or call 0550-900-006 or 0302-226-013. The Easter Orphan Project comes off on Monday, 6 April 2026 and is powered by 97.3 City FM with support from Channel 1 TV. This Easter, let your kindness light up a child's life.
That's right, ice cream! Let's go and make ice cream!
In a place
Cheers!
to discover, there's so much to uncover. Are you an explorer? Yes! Then join us on an adventure. All you need to do is look closely,
High five.
think carefully,
Super.
solve many problems.
Wonder Space Explorers
The Wonder Space Show airs every Saturday at 12 noon only on Channel 1 TV.
Welcome back. This is Breakfast Daily Weekend. Let me say it's an extended version of the show today. Ideally, we would have been done by now, but of course, it's still the Easter holidays, and because of that, we want to give you more right here on the show. We're doing exactly that. Up next, the sports. Gabi is already in the studio, and I myself are here. After this, we are having a really interesting brunch together, so we are here just because we love you. Anyway, do you have a problem?
No, but
Thank
before I come and talk,
Charlie.
we have the family consecration.
Yeah.
You know, before somebody's come to butt into my plans. We
go for our branch. We go for our branch. Then we're going to consecrate. We're going to consecrate ourselves.
You're not serious.
So the family consecration service
happening
the
Friday,
Oil Dome.
1st May, you know, at the Oil Dome, at the Royal House Chapel here in Accra. It is, it kind of begins, or Christians, because we pray in April, and then we start the family month in May. And so 1st May each year, we go to church at the Oil Dome, Royal House Chapel. We go and pray. We go and seek the face of God. We go and seek His counsel. And there have been lots of testimonies, exactly, from this. And was it this week that I met somebody, and he was like, he was talking to me and a few others here, and he mentioned that they had been to the Oil Dome before, and that they received a job offer like a few months later, and he credits him coming to the family consecration service. And so, you know.
But even me, I have a testimony from family consecration.
You got married, or?
Oh, no.
It's not a marriage.
I don't think so.
Okay.
So marriage is not like, I get that it is for some people. But yeah, you know, I had a testimony of family actually healing. You know, so for me, I think it's important. You come and bind. You have to bind and break and loose. You have to tie some people. You know, actually,
tie some people. Who are you tying?
I'm serious. You know, it's not everybody that watch you that they are happy. You know, you have to tie them and bind them.
I have one request.
Okay.
It has to do with we should take the national team there. I think they should come. Yeah, ahead of the World Cup. No, but I think it makes sense.
As a nation, we're a family.
Yeah, the GFA, the players that, it's what, 1st May?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
They won't be in Ghana.
The players will be active. They'll be playing for their respective clubs, so they'll not be. But I think if we can have a special version for them alone, ahead of the World Cup, it will help.
The FA.
Oh, that's true.
Oh, yeah.
Because all the problems, they look spiritual.
You look spiritual, bro. Like, don't touch, I'll touch. You know, don't touch, I'll touch. Richard Okori.
Oh, you know. I don't know how to talk about.
I said, don't touch, I'll touch.
Don't touch, I'll touch. And we're going to look at that game against Mozambique. Yeah, some people raised an argument that the ball initially touched Jiku.
So it was going to be a corner anyway.
It was going to be a corner
so
anyway.
So grab the ball.
Take Jiku's touch out and look at that play alone. I mean,
so if it was going to be a corner,
just grab the ball. But don't touch, I'll touch. Then you go touch out. Then the people score. Sorry for praying for the Blacks.
It is the don't touch, I'll touch you is symptomatic of a much bigger problem.
Yeah, it is.
Of football administration in this country.
It is. Look, I don't even know where to start from when it comes to the Black Stars, because I think it's a repeated cycle. And as a sports journalist, I'm actually sick and tired of this whole hiring and firing of coaches. When the GFA were bringing in, and when they said that Otto was part of the coaches that had applied, you know, they put out a criteria that they were going to
15 years experience.
Yeah. Yes, to hunt for the new coach. And it's not like that information was not in the public domain. It was. Later, when they realized that people were reacting to it, the sports journalists were reacting to it, they took that thing off. If you look at Otto and that criteria they put out, he didn't tick any of the boxes. And when we said it, we had our say about Otto's second stint with the Black Stars. They thought we didn't like him or we didn't like the job they were doing at the FA. But you see, in this life, right, I think time is the best judge to everything that we do. And the GFA is a perfect example of the people who fall under this thing that I've said, that time. Just allow time to judge them. And look, it's X in their faces. It has come back to bite them. Because we said that Otto was a rookie. And if you are appointing him, the national team was not the best place to start from. You should have started him with the juvenile national team. Because what was his body of work at Dortmund was what? He was a scout trainer. And so he was very good with developing young players. It would have made sense to start him from there. But they had their own ideas, went in and brought him. We failed to qualify for the AFCON. A lot of people said that the GFA should have sacked them. And Jude, if you remember clearly, I had a different stance that let's allow him to go to the World Cup again. For the benefit of hindsight, what he had done at Qatar, I thought that he would do way more better. Because after the AFCON shenanigans, the GFA did not sack him. So it's like, okay, they want to try him again. And everybody thought that, okay, he was going to be the man to take us to the World Cup. And then now you sack him. So the timing of the sacking even has a lot of questions. You get to wait 70 days or less to the World Cup, and then you go ahead and sack him now. That's one thing. That's an whole entity that has zero direction with what they want to do in our national teams.
So especially with they are purposeless and visionless. Visionless,
especially with who comes in to lead the national team. Before Otto had applied, the former Tom Saintfiet was at a time with Gambia. He was part of the candidates that a lot of people thought
fits the description to an extent.
Yes. And then Tom, in fact, at the last press conference, when we played Mali here in the World Cup qualifiers, confirmed that at the press conference that he had huge admiration for Ghana. And because he had seen the talent
on
we
display
had as a national team, and his football philosophy would probably fit into that. But the job wasn't given to him because the GFA had their own ideas. Now you sacked the man. We have, 69 or 68 days to the World Cup.
With no proper friendly games before.
We don't even know who is coming in. That whole thing about 600 candidates, they should stop that thing.
Yeah, you can't take it serious.
Look, every coach now, every top coach in the world now, will look at the Black Stars job and see it as very appealing, see it as very lucrative, see it as very attractive. Not because the national team is doing well.
Money.
But not even that, but because we are going to the World Cup. And if I come and take the national team, it's two benefits. One, it benefits whoever comes to take the national team because it adds to your CV. You have taken this team to the World Cup. And then it gives the national team a very different view, especially if the coach is a top coach.
Yeah.
So that whole thing about the GFA saying that 600 candidates have applied, they should come and list all the 600 candidates and let's see.
It's not true.
They should list everybody. We want to see it. And now we don't even know who is coming. I've seen stories about Heavy Renat, Kwesi Appiah, who again, Walid Regragui, who's come out to say that he's going to go into coach any African team. I think he'll be heading to Saudi. Heavy Renat, so I think the last update from Saudi too was that they were going to stick with him because Saudi themselves are part of the 48 teams that have qualified for the World Cup. And so, who next? Kwesi Appiah. But even with the Kwesi Appiah thing, I think people have also forgotten how he left the national team. In 2019, when Kurt came in and, according to reports, they were trying to impose certain players on him. And that was one of the reasons why he had to leave, especially after a disappointing performance at the AFCON in Egypt, when we lost to Tunisia and exited in the round of 16. So look, everything is just chaka, nyama, heading to the World Cup. It doesn't give this team the right start. It's worrying.
If not disappointing. Wow. So what are some of the names you are hearing, right? I've seen reports that Renat seems to be out. Regragui also very likely.
Lowe.
Very out. Joachim Lowe says that he's not received any contact. But would he have been the one, assuming that we once went to him to say we want him? And I've also heard Pitso Musimani, right? I don't know, tell us, what's happening? What are the names you are hearing, and who are the likely choices?
I think if I had my own way, I think I would have gone for Joachim.
Joachim Low?
Yeah, because of the...
Proven winner?
Yes, proven winner. And he fits the GFA's own criteria they put out.
But does he have a track record with African football?
He doesn't. And that's why maybe you'd want to also open up the conversation of people who say that, okay, let's bring him for just the World Cup. And then after the World Cup, you can look at somebody who fits what the national team is all about, and if he can do the job on the African scene. I don't think we can we afford to pay Joachim Löw? I don't think so, because the last time, when I did the checks, the last job he did, he was taking about $120,000 a month. So 120,000 to 140.
Where was this?
This was, I think, in Germany or so. Before, I mean, he got an offer from Uzbekistan, but he was not so much interested in that. Can we cough out that money? Because even paying Otto $50,000 and paying some other coaches that we brought in that huge amount, you'd find Ghanaians complaining about if...
But we are sending 800 supporters, you know, to the World Cup on an account of $10,000 to a person. So we have money.
Oh, but that money is donation.
That's not government money. That's donation. That's from private entities.
It's a solicited...
Or you say we should go and take that money and add it to what government will give.
It is solicited using government of Ghana means.
But still not government money.
Well, using that...
You know what I'm saying?
I get the point you're making.
Thank you. So,
no, but you see, if you're going to pay... So the GFA does the hiring, government does the paying, right? If you're going to pay, let's say I bring in Joachim Löw, it's the government that is going to pay. It's the GFA that is going to sit down with the candidates and do the footballing side of the job, and then the government would handle the amount. I say Joachim Löw because I'm looking at his experience at the World Cup.
Having won it before.
With Germany in 2014. So I think that, and he
met Ghana in that competition, right?
Yes, that's when we played the 2-2.
That was like one of the toughest games for Germany.
Yeah. A lot of
so
people
he knows the team to an extent.
A lot of people spoke about it. His football philosophy, I think, fits the current profile of the team. So one of the things that was the downfall of Otuado was that he kept on misprofiling a lot of the players in our team. A perfect example was the last one he did with Caleb Yurinchu with the right back whole thing. That's the only ball progressor in the team.
Was Caleb Yurinchu.
And you played him as a right back.
And sometimes center back.
And you see, I always say this, I thought that Otto was a very stubborn man, because if you paid attention to what we did against Trinidad and Tobago and Nigeria in the Unity Cup, he started the same thing. He did the same thing to Caleb Yurinchu. He started him at right back. The guy struggled, and then he yanked somebody off and then introduced them into the midfield. Now, that performance he put up when he was playing at right back and what he did in midfield was like day and night. Then you get another chance to call him into the national team and you repeat the same thing. So the coach who comes in must look at this team. If you look at this team very well, I think this team is made up of more attacking players than defensive or defensive midfielders. The strength of this team actually lies in attack. So the coach who comes in, one, must not misprofile the players we have. National team, you don't get the luxury of talking to your senior players every day. It's about 3 or 4 days. The next day, there's a job to be done. Impact your football philosophy to the players. How they respond to it is what will work for you. When Avram Grant came to Ghana and he took charge of the national team, what I heard and what I read was that he actually assembled that squad and spoke to them about everybody should tell him his strengths and weaknesses. Right. And he liberated that team that went all the way to the finals and lost to Ivory Coast.
2015.
Yes, to play to suit that own ability. Added a few tweaks to it.